let's get down to it. I'm not really super versed with this, but it's all going to come down to time, literally and figuratively, as Carissa will be starting to turn off. We are just going to see a Great Ball as a card. We really don't see a lot. This is sort of what happens at the beginning of the format. We don't have a lot of great searching cards for sort of those evolution Pokemon in the middle. We have Ultra Ball too, and look at this. Who needs things like Battle VIP Pass or Poffin when you can just get all of your Beldum down on turn 1?
Yeah, look at that. So all Beldum down already. There is a full 4 line of the Beldum and Metang, of course. The Metang Metal Maker ability that's the top 4 cards to your deck and fetch any Metal Energy you find near your Pokemon in any way you like. So you just want to load up the Dialga of energy and then evolve into the Dialga VSTAR and just start Metal Blasting away.
Yeah, and I think Criso is thinking about if he wants to just grab Radiant Greninja. You don't have a lot of ways to search this, but WB Poffin can get the Beldum as well as this Nest Ball. So you just make sure you get that Greninja to play. That concealed cards is one of the very limited ways you have to draw more cards in this deck.
Yeah, it's got to be a consideration because yeah, that's Buddy Poffin. It can get you your lower HP basics, but everyone takes FPS no go. And yeah, exactly like you pointed out, there goes down the Radiant Greninja. And Chris is going to take a look through see what prize. You're going to notice. Well, I was about to say you notice Mendy prize. I think we play 16. Maybe it's a bit hard to count when you know the exact amount and think, oh, how many do I have prize? Probably not even worth looking at specifically. But we'll look for other one-offs and such.
It's almost a given. You're like, okay, how many of my Metal Energy are prized?
Yeah, yeah.
So you just have such high odds of prizing them. There's variants of Pokemon TCG so far, very much on Criso's side. Does have that concealed cards ability. Will be the next thing for Criso to use. So draw 2 more cards. Do we see any more things like Buddy Poffin? And this is actually pretty awkward. I'm not gonna lie. There's a lot of Metal Energy, maybe a boss's orders, and I think it's just debating. Do I want to play down this Zamazenta? It does have that Metal Shield ability, so we can take a little bit less damage, and that Retaliate attack can deal solid pressure. And actions over to Michael here. Yeah, doesn't have an energy right away, but does have an Iono, so can look through some more of the deck and still look for that energy card. Time is not on your side with this Arceus deck. You've really got to hit every single thing you need to keep pacing. You've also got to cross your fingers and say, please don't let my opponent have the nuts. Please don't let them have everything they need for Star Chronos on the second turn.
Although inadvertently, of course, I mean, you just said Criso's hand was not that great. Michael might have failed Criso out over here. That second hand that considered looking a bit more promising, but Michael does find a Battle Energy, which is exactly what he wanted, so we'll be able to fire off that Trinity Charge and get some energies onto this Giratina V.
Didn't get down something like another basic Pokemon, like Arceus V.
Well, true,
so the Trinity Charge is still good. You can power up this Giratina V, so just in case if your opponent uses Metal Maker and puts 4 energy into their Dialga. But at that point, that game would just end if there's 4 energy because Star Chronos does exactly 220 damage, and then you can just knock out the Giratina V with Metal Blast. And listen, it's something we've got to keep in the back of our mind. It's very unlikely. You got to hit a lot of things. This deck isn't necessarily very consistent. We've seen things like a lot of these decks play cards like the TM Evolution, but that's actually not in Criso's deck. It's playing a lot of different support cards. Run me through how he's really constructed this deck.
So there's a card in a very high count here you don't see very often, and that's Jack. You know, just support lets you search for any 2 evolution Pokemon, but I guess in this deck all you really need is your Metangs and Dialga V-Stars, right? So and Jack can grab both of those. So it does make a lot of sense here. And look at the hand. Yeah, there's a lot to work with here. Metang is a great ball.
This hand is so good. There's I think ways to evolve every single Pokemon into play, and can even find something like the second Dialga or the Mew to provide a little bit more support. And this is where we've seen sort of a shift as the format shifts into playing more EX Pokemon. Your V-Stars become a little bit safer. Things like Maximum Belt aren't going to have any value. That ace spec of choice for Michael in this matchup against Criso.
Yeah. Now there's very interesting debate here I want to point out with that is like the sequencing right here with the Great Ball versus the Buddy Poffin. Now if you do the Great Ball first, in theory there are more Pokemon in the deck, but say you want to hit something that wasn't a Beldum, maybe it's better to do the Buddy Poffin first. There's less Pokemon in the deck, but then you Criso taking another Pokemon. Now, what do you make of it?
Well, I think it's because Criso knew that there were no Pokemon he wanted on the bottom of his deck. So he just wants to look at the top 7, knows there's nothing that's really desirable there. It's not worth changing it up and paying off there. Just finding another Dialga. It's a great hit to get off that Great Ball.
Yeah, and then with the Nest Ball finds the Mew, which is the other hit off of there as well. And there's a Jack as well. Oh my, wow.
We could be seeing the game and potentially this turn if Criso has an energy in hand. If this Metal Maker, these 2 Metal Maker abilities can find 3 energy cards, then Star Chronos back to back with a Metal Blast can get rid of Michael's only 2 Pokemon in play. We could be seeing the game end on the second / extra third turn.
But we should make, for those who don't know, so Origin for the Dialga V-Star attack is that Star Chronos. It is 220 damage. Take an extra turn. So like,
and there's still more. That Mew EX did come down into play as well. So we're just going to see the restart, and it's the Prime Catcher. It's not a Metal Energy card. Here we go. It's going to come down to these Metal Makers. So look at the top 4 cards. Any Metal Energy you find can be attached. And there's 2 there. That means Criso just needs to find 1 Metal Energy off of this second Metal Maker ability. Here we go, Freya. It's going to come down to this. Can Criso close it out? 4 cards, 1 Metal Energy. And there's the Metal Energy. We're going to see on turn 2 Star Chronos buy an extra turn. Metal Blast the only Pokemon. We just saw the. Oh, what did we just see?
Dialga V-Star smashing the competition here, and Criso takes a very early game 1 lead. Oh my goodness!
I never doubted Freya. I always believed in Dialga. Dialga is doing me proud. I'm a Snow boy at heart, so I love to see some of these great Pokemon take it out. And wow. Turn 2, I mean, I've heard things about Dialga. Oh, it's inconsistent, it needs to do all these things. Star Chronos is great, but it only does 220. Throw all that out of the trash. We just saw a masterclass of what Dialga could do, especially against an Arceus deck.
And what we were just talking about, Jack, how maybe this is not like the orthodox way to build this deck, but if all you need is your evolutions, right? Of course you play free Jack. You get Dialga, you get Metang, you set up your energy, and you just win in 2 attacks. Oh!
He threw that Metal Energy down, threw the energy from the hand, and said, I just got it like that, buddy. I'm built different. Criso taking the first game, and what was that? That was 5 minutes, if that. Wow, Freya, what a crazy game that was. I'll let you take it back. If you are sitting at home, that is something that you are going to want to remember. We don't get to see a lot of Star Chronos, let alone on the second turn of the game, but Dialga V-Star card that saw a little bit of play. We saw when Metal Saucer was in the format. This card see a little bit of the spotlight, but it seems like it's got the call back. It's got the call back from Metang saying, hey, buddy, you remember me? We're going to go on one last ride together, and this is a great start to a journey for Dialga, especially if you're a fan of just taking extra turns.
When I was talking about those murmurs, this is what I mean. Like, this is what this deck can do when it sets up well, and my goodness, that is absolutely terrifying. So let's see what Mike can do here.
And Michael's hand was actually so bad, but top deck Nest Ball, keeping him in the game. What a great card to find. This can allow Arceus V to come down and to start getting his game plan set up. And yeah, Michael going first is actually a big deal here too, because Chris is not going to be able to use that Star Chronos before Michael has hopefully evolved into Arceus V-Star.
Yeah, which will make it so not possible, mind you. Because good Star Chronos we can then attach more Metal Energies and KO to Arceus V-Star. Just make it a little bit trickier though.
Yeah, I mean, that was a great game for Criso. His deck did everything you want. That's exactly how you try it up if you're ever playing a deck or building your deck. Like, this is what I want on my second turn. But I mean, we are playing best of 3. We could potentially see 2 more games. This deck sometimes is prone to a little bit of inconsistency if it doesn't have a strong start. That's the bare minimum you need.
And it's still not a great hand from Michael. I mean, he finds Chris did it too apparently. There's a top deck there with the Dialga with the Sun now Great Ball as well. So both these plays off like having a really strong like first turn draw.
I think Criso is at the opposite side of the scale. This hand is really not looking too strong. They have to play this Great Ball, maybe looking for something like Radiant Greninja to draw more cards, and it's just going to be that Beldum. So you do really see double Beldum come down, but this Arceus V-Star is threatening to be attacking force on the following turn, so there's still options here.
There is. But Michael's only option for next turn is Judge. So the rest of the hand is not doing that much, like a Jet Energy. So I guess you attach that to the active, that is pretty good. But then, there's a Produce Draw turn, that's pretty good as well. But then, yeah, you have to play the Judge to draw more cards, so...
Yeah, I mean, there's a world where you can just take a knockout with Power Edge, but if your opponent top decks away to Metal Blast or Star Chronos, then you're just going to be like, why didn't I play that card the previous turn?
Yeah, exactly. So, going to be very interesting to see how this Judge treats both players. Judge kind of is all fall out of favor a little bit, especially given that there are other options available, but in, I guess, Arceus Giratina specifically, it's still like a solid option to structure early on, just both facial lands to the deck, draw 4 cards. Let's see what Michael gets here.
Only 4 cards though, so we'll have to find something like an Arceus VSTAR, and it's not in the hand. So not only is Michael in the same spot he was, still having the barrel, still having other pieces, but it's actually just going to smash the hand to the bottom. Value's finding another Pokemon that much. Now listen, on NA streams we've seen some crazy draws. Are we going to see Arceus VSTAR? No, we're not. All right, can't play with my heart like this, Michael. You can't.
Oh wait, it was a this actually signed.
Oh, I think he drew off the prize card.
Oh, okay.
We did see that power edge take the knockout, and the door is open yet again. I mean, listen, it's possible if we see an attachment Metal Maker hit. I can't even think about it. You know what? Chris is going to just show up if he's found it or not. If he does, then fair game to him.
Free metal energy, that's what you need. Free up, free up metal. Oh, you can hit 4 as well, that'll also work.
This is a great start to the turn. Does have that buddy puff and a gift that Michael gave Grisa that previous turn. We'll get to check the deck for the first time. It's not done that yet. We'll see that there are a little bit of annoying prizes. Some of those Pokemon in play that the Dialga and the Dialga VSTAR are unavailable, but for the most part, things are looking pretty solid. We'll see some more of these Metangs come down, or rather these Beldums come down. Chris doesn't